What I want to do is share with you 10 simple questions that you can use to differentiate whether you need to eat food or whether you're just thirsty. Sometimes we get these cravings for food that are really our body's cries for water or hydration. Welcome back, everybody. We're here, brand new episode of the day on Cabral Concept Podcast. I want you to be able to go through these 10 questions, plain and simple, differentiate for yourself whether you are hungry or thirsty. Of course, it's not medical advice, but this is going to help a lot of people to be able to discern whether they need to go out, yes, and eat food, or should they just start with a glass or two of water. All right, let's dive right into it. I'm going to give you the 10 questions. I'm going to read them out loud. If you want to actually see them on, let's not call it paper, but on a website, head on over to stephencabral.com/2756. That'll be the questions right there laid out for you, along with the answers. If you're driving in the car, if you're walking, if you're not able to read this, just listen, because I'm going to make it super simple too as you're going through, whether your answer is an A or whether it is a B. All right, just A's and B's, that's it. So the first question is this: differentiating if you're hungry or you're thirsty. Because remember, the whole reason for this is that we don't want people necessarily overeating. We want them to eat enough calories, enough food for the day to sustain themselves, but we don't necessarily want them to be eating food when the body really just wants to be hydrated, right? Because it's thirsty, and that can show up as hunger pangs. All right, so let's get into it. So first question is this: when is the last time that you ate? Answer A, right? So the first one, we'll just go A. I won't always maybe say the word A or letter A, but is it less than 2 hours ago? So have you eaten within the last 2 hours? And then answer B would be 2 to 4 plus hours. All right. So think of that. Is it an A or is it a B? And I'll go through an easy key on how to read these in the future. All right. So that's the first one. If it's less than 2 hours or 2 to 4 plus hours. Question 2. How would you describe the sensation you're feeling right now? Is it a dry, parched feeling in your mouth, or more of a gnawing, empty feeling in the stomach? That's B. Question number 3. Did you engage in physical activity recently? So, over the last, half hour, hour or so, you might have been doing heavy labor or exercise. Or B is, have you just been fairly inactive, right? All right, question 4. Have you been sweating more than usual? Sauna, outside in the heat, etc. Answer A, yes. B, no. All right. Now on to question number 5. Are you experiencing any headaches or dizziness? Answer A, do you also have dry mouth and cramping while experiencing the headaches and dizziness? Or answer B, do you have a headache with fatigue and irritability? Not necessarily the dizziness. Okay. So A, yes, you have a headache or dizziness, and you have dry mouth or cramping. If you have a headache with fatigue and irritability, that's answer B, okay? The sixth question is this. So you tried drinking a glass of water, and you wait 15 minutes. How do you feel now? If you feel satisfied and find a nice tall glass of water, let's say 12 ounces or more, I guess that would be a glass and a half, right? Or answer B is you still feel that empty, gnawing sensation in your stomach. All right. Question 7. Are you finding it difficult to focus or concentrate? A, yes, I feel a little bit distracted or fuzzy. B, no, I feel clear-headed. All right. So difficulty concentrating, maybe, right? Yes, that's A. No, that's B. Question 8. Do you feel a craving for something specific, such as a certain food? A, no, I don't have any specific cravings. B, yes, I'm craving a particular food or food type, such as maybe it's something sweet, right, that you're looking for, maybe for energy, or maybe it's a protein, something savory that you want. So think about that. And then answer A to that was no specific craving, maybe just salt. All right. Question 9. What color is your urine? So the last time you urinated or try to urinate, is it darker yellow or brown? That is answer A. B is a pale yellow or clear. And question 10, are you experiencing any dryness in your skin or eyes? So answer A, yes, my eyes are feeling a little bit dry. Or B, no, they feel normal. All right, so as you're going through those questions, you may have noticed a little bit of a trend. And the trend was that if you answered mostly A's, it most likely means that you're experiencing thirst, that your body is actually crying out for water. And I'll give you those as a quick relay. So you've eaten within the last 2 hours. You feel dryness in your mouth, or maybe your eyes as well, which we just spoke about. You've exercised within the last half hour or so. You've been sweating more than usual. You have a headache or dizziness, and it's usually with maybe a little bit of dry mouth or cramping as well. You're finding it difficult to concentrate, like a little bit fuzzy-headed. And number 8 was you don't have any specific cravings, even though you're hungry. Your urine is typically a darker than pale yellow or clear, so it's a darker yellow or brown. And as I said before, you're feeling a little bit more dry, eyes, skin, lips, etc. So those are mainly signs that you're thirsty, not necessarily hungry. And the very best thing you can do was actually given away in question 6 was to have a glass or 2 of water. Feel free to add some lemon and a pinch of sea salt as well for electrolytes. And that might help with the low electrolytes that you're dealing with as well. Lemon, very high, or lime, high in potassium, and then sea salt, high, obviously, in sodium. So that can help. And then wait 15 to 20 minutes. See if that took away your hunger pangs. All right. Now, if your answers were mainly B's, it was you ate more than 2 to 4 hours ago. Question number 2. You have a gnawing, almost like a pit-like feeling in your stomach. Okay, that empty feeling in your stomach. You have been inactive. Let's just say that. So, because you always want to try thirst first if you've been active. You haven't been sweating more than usual. You have a headache with also fatigue and irritability. That could be low blood sugar. So, time to eat. Let's see. On 6, it was you feel that gnawing sensation again in your stomach, even though you had some water. You don't feel difficult to concentrate. You do have a craving for particular food, whether it be salty or sweet, other flavors as well, or other types of meals. Your urine is typically a paler yellow or clear, so normal hydration, and no real dryness of the lips, the mouth, or the eyes. So those are mostly the B answers, and that may mean that you're typically more hungry. My advice is that you can still have a glass of water, still add your natural electrolytes if you'd like, and then be preparing a meal if you need to, or a smoothie or anything like that for 20 minutes later. So really, really simple, easy quiz that you can kind of go over with yourself, your kids, your clients. I know there's a lot of practitioners listening to the show as well. So I wanted to just set this up to help people because oftentimes we're always grabbing for food, but we're almost never grabbing for hydration, unless it's like a coffee or it's something like that. We really want to get in the habit of hydrating before we get thirsty. And so the goal is to simply consume about half your body weight in ounces of water per day. So I'll just give the example. If you're 160 pounds, that's 80 ounces of water. That's 10 glasses of water per day. Now, of course, you're not going to drink that all at once. And it's probably going to be over the first 3/4 of the day, not as you're getting closer to bed. But it's also not that difficult because fruit and smoothies count as hydration. Your herbal teas count as hydration. And of course, the water that you're drinking throughout the day. So it's not necessarily that challenging, especially if you make yourself like a 24 ounce or 32 ounce smoothie. Well, that's anywhere between 3 and 4 glasses of water right there out of your 10 if you weigh 160 pounds or so. And then maybe you're having 1 or 2 herbal teas per day. Okay, so now you're already at 6 glasses out of your 10. So now you only need basically the equivalent to 2 water bottles or 4 glasses of water really for the rest of the day. And I'll also link up a podcast today on the best time to drink water throughout the day because you don't actually want to drink a lot of it with meals, especially cold water, which is going to dilute your digestion. So I'm going to link up these questions today as well as previous podcasts on best ways to consume water at stephencabral.com/2756. I hope today's episode was helpful. I appreciate you tuning in. Thanks so much. And as as always, do feel free to share this show with anyone you believe it could serve. Take care, everybody. Have an amazing day. Thanks so much for tuning into today's show. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I want to make sure that you're getting our daily content, not missing out on anything functional medicine, wellness, weight gain, weight loss, anti-aging, living longer, stronger, and all of the most cutting-edge research. And if there's any topics you want to hear, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Take care.